down here at Lawrenceburg Motorcycle Speedway, and under a little bit of a delay due to some ongoing rain and mist, but I think we're about ready to get started. Everything's starting to look pretty good out there. We're about to go have the drivers meeting and yeah, see where we're at. Hopefully the track's doing pretty good. It is cold and, like I said, rainy. Best thing I did though, went and got a little space heater from the garage before I left. Like right as I was about to leave, I was like, genius. Well, don't know why I haven't thought about that before. But yeah, so it should be an interesting night. Track has a lot of moisture in it. It's like 50 degrees, so we're probably gonna be turning some real fast lap times. So it should be a pretty good, interesting night.
It's your child, your father, your sister, your brother. It doesn't matter who it is. At no point can you ever run out on this racetrack when the racing's still happening.
All right, just gonna jump in here real quick. That ended up being a really crazy night. And once we got started, from first race to the end of the last race was only about 2 hours. So I was busting my butt all night. I didn't have my dad or any of my crew down there at all with me. So I really didn't have any time to do any filming or anything, because literally just as soon as I got things ready to go for the next race, I was going back out. So unfortunately, don't have footage from down at the track anymore, but I'll show you guys the video still and give you guys a bit of a recap and some of the thought process I was going through, some of it as well. So I want to apologize for that, and we'll get better moving forward.
couldn't hit one to save my life. God! Until like the last 2 laps, I finally hit it, and I closed the gap by like half on him. That's a frustrating one. Huh? That's a frustrating one. I know, you just bouncing off your bumper, trying to get this boost. Yeah, I was trying to let him die. I know what you were trying to do. Yeah, it's like not happening. It's like, no, that didn't happen.
All right, so yeah, wow, voice crack. So heat races are all finished, and I'll say the medium heat was very good. Starting outside pole, I was shocked that I was able to get down in the lead. That doesn't normally happen. I normally absolutely hate starting on the outside, especially second, because it's like you're like so close to the front, and you're like, oh, I'm starting on the front row. Ha, but it's outside, so joke's on you. But I was able to get the lead and hold on to the lead for a bit, and I ended up getting past just because my tires wouldn't fire. Like I said, it was a super fast-paced night, and I wasn't able to get a wipe of prep on them to help them fire, so I only had some like end-of-race prep on them. So they didn't fire, and I got past. Like at one point, I would go down the back straightaway, and I'm literally just like, "Oh, come on, tires, fire already!" And they didn't fire. You can see like the last like lap and a half, I started gaining back on first. That's when my tires finally fired. So that was a little frustrating, but still felt really good to get second. And that was the first of 2 heats, so that means I'll be starting on the inside for the main event. Brandon in the medium heat, he narrowly avoided a nice spin, and he was also trying out some new tires, and he said they ended up being really unpredictable. It was a completely different brand than what we normally use, so he was still just trying to learn those. But overall, it was a pretty good heat race. For the heavy heat race, pretty much the same as medium for me, whereas I didn't have any prep on my tires for the beginning of the race, so they didn't really come in until the end, and I just couldn't hit turn 1. I don't know what was going on with it, but I'm sure you could see in the video, I just kept messing up turn 1 pretty much every single time until about like the last 2 laps when I was finally able to hit it and my tires finally fired. And then, yeah, I was finally able to make some good lap times without messing up. And then Brandon finished right behind me. I'm not sure if I was holding him up at all, but me and him were pretty much neck and neck with lap times and everything the whole time. So it was a fun little battle. Okay, checking in after the medium feature. Oh, that one was frustrating. I mean, it was a great battle. I had a ton of fun. But, oh man, I made one mistake. One mistake, and it cost me the win. Yeah, I started off the race. Felt like I had a pretty good jump on the start. And then I believe it was the 89, just kind of doored me coming off at 2, which then pushed me up into the 07 and spun him across my nose. So then we had to restack, and I was able to get to the lead and felt really good until I made a mistake and just slightly overdrove turn 1 by probably like that much. I missed my mark and ended up getting too loose and lost all of my momentum and ended up getting passed by 2 people and then just, couldn't get back by them. That very frustrating, honestly. The reason I made the mistake, I got in my head. I haven't won down at Lawrenceburg all year, and it was going to be my first winless season down there in a really long time. So I got out front, and I started thinking, yes, this is my time. I can finally get that win. Started thinking of the win already instead of just focusing on lap after lap, corner after corner, hitting my marks. Got ahead of myself, and it came back to bite me. So 3rd place is still good, and I'm really happy with like the fun I had with the racing. But yeah, it was frustrating that I messed up. I'm not really sure what happened with Brandon in the medium feature. He kind of pulled off as you saw in the video. I didn't get a chance to check in with him to see what happened. You can kind of hear something in the video. Sounds like his chain was skipping or something like that. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there. And then, yeah, he ended up pulling off. Yeah. So, lesson learned from me. Basically, the reason I say pecker up, hammer down is because you gotta get your pecker up out of the way, or you'll step on it when you hammer down. And that's basically what happened to me in this race. quite the race. Oh my gosh, that was that. Oh, okay. Before we get into the win, I just want to send a shout out to Steve. You guys couldn't really see it in this video, but Steve took a pretty big hit in the 11 and ended up flipping down the front straightaway. Shout out to him. Glad you're okay. I know you said you might not be racing anymore. That might be your retirement, but I really hope I see you back next year. I always really enjoy racing with you when you come down from super heavy and race in the heavy class. But on to me. Finally got that win. So like I was just saying, I haven't won down at Lawrenceburg all year. So, I was so happy to finally get that win. Ecstatic. Like, my kart was absolutely amazing. If you guys remember back to the beginning of the season, I was so frustrated with where that kart was and why it wasn't handling great. But now it's just absolutely amazing. Everyone always told me these slack pursuits, they really shine coming off the corner and being able to cut underneath people and stay low off the corner. And I can really feel that finally. Like, oh my gosh, when I exit off the corner, it just absolutely just the right rear digs and hooks, and it just sends me down the straightaway. It's pretty incredible right now, honestly. So that was awesome. I'm so happy, so pumped to get that right at the end of the season. Yeah, it was great. Apparently further back in the field was a bit of a mess. I'm not sure what you're going to see on the videos from Brandon's point of view, but sounds like I missed some chaos behind me. There were a lot of people very mad after the features. Moving on, next week we are supposed to be back down here at Lawrenceburg. However, there's a lot of rain in the forecast. It's supposed to rain like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all day, all 3 days. We're supposed to race Friday night, so I'm not super confident that we're going to be able to race. But if we don't race, I'll probably throw in some iRacing content or something like that. So with that, remember to like and subscribe, leave some comments down below. We're getting to the end of the season, so leave some comments about some off-season stuff you want to see. I've got a mini bike to work on. Spoiler on that, I might be putting a race engine on it. Yeah. I'll find some other things to work on and show you guys. I've got a Nitro RC car that's been sitting in the garage for years that I've been wanting to work on. The mini bike needs a lot of work. Just different things like that. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video off. Remember, pecker up, hammer down. If you do it the other way, you'll probably mess up and not win.